This video is about the verb ser. So the reason why is to state what a person or thing is like. The verb ser itself means to be, as in I am, you are, he is or it is or she is, we are, y'all are, they are. That's ser in English. A couple terms you need to know really quickly. Verb, remember it's the action in the sentence. Conjugated means it has been changed from its original form. Infinitive is its original form before it's been changed. Subject pronoun is usually it replaces the person in the sentence, the subject that is doing the action. So instead of Kim, you would write ella. Instead of the boys, you'd write ellos, stuff like that. And ser is an oi verb, which means there are 4 oi verbs: ser, ir, dar, and estar. And they're called oi verbs because in the yo form, they end in oi instead of o. So I've got my box, and on top, over here, is ser equals to be. Remember, you always have to write the infinitive at the top in Spanish, and then in English. Ser equals to be, as in I am something or they are something. So as I said, this is an oi verb. So instead of ending in an o, it ends in a y. I am. Yo soy. In English, I am. Tú eres. This means you're not am, you are. Él, ella, usted es, which means he, she, you, formal, or it is. Remember the it, a general item, falls in this category. Nosotros somos, so we boys or we girls are. Vosotros, vosotras sois. Y'all boys, y'all girls are. No accent, like usual. And ellos, ellas, ustedes son. So they boys, they girls, or you, all, formal, and then plural. So instead of sir, sir and ma'am, or sirs or ma'ams. Or instead of it, just a general they are. Now here are some uses of ser and then examples of each one. The acronym I use to help you remember when to use ser is Dr. Eve. Okay? Dr. Eve. And here's what I mean by that. If you're describing someone, that's usually different from characteristics. Descriptions are usually physical descriptions. So someone's tall or blonde or short or something physical. Occupation is the same as a job. Characteristics, this is where you talk about their personality. So their characteristic traits or their personality. Funny, kind, mean, smart, interesting, anything like that. Time, so as you remember, es la and son las, talking about the time, it is the time. Origin is where you're from. Nationality is the country you were born in or that you have a current nationality in. So where you're from. Relationships, so someone is always going to be my brother or my mother or what have you. And where an event takes place. Now if you've watched the estar video, you know that normally locations are estar. But if you're telling where an event is, like the party or the concert or the movie, you're actually going to use ser instead. So here are some examples of that. Description, ellos son altos, they are tall. We're describing them physically. Occupation, Señor Smith, Mr. Smith, es un profesor. Señor Smith, Mr. Smith is a teacher. That's his job, that's what he does. Now you being a student does kind of count as your job or your occupation. If you have a job, maybe you are, a waitress or a teller or like a cashier, something like that too, that can also be your occupation or job. Characteristics, yo soy graciosa, I am funny or comical. Again, you're describing that person's personality, their characteristic traits. Time, es la 1:10, 1:10. Origin or nationality, somos, we are, de los Estados Unidos. So we are from the United States. Now if you're saying your nationality, you would say soy estadounidense. That's one long word that means American or United States citizen. Estadounidense. If you're Cuban, you'd say soy cubano or cubana. That's your nationality. Versus origin is the name of the country that you're from. Relationship. Ella es mi hermana. She is my sister. And where an event takes place. The only location that's not estar. La fiesta es en la casa de Ben. The party is at Ben's house. Remember that with possession of things, you have to tell me what it is and then who it belongs to. So Ben's house, you wouldn't write Ben's casa, it's la casa de Ben. Please pause to copy down. You need to do two things for this slide, okay? First of all, you need to write it in Spanish, obviously, since you're looking at it in English. So first, copy it down in English. Then your first application task is to write it in Spanish. And the second thing you need to do is tell me what use of ser this sentence is. Is it the D-O-C-T-O-R or Eve? So translate and tell me the use.